Good morning. Good morning, y'all. I just woke up and magic is happening in the 20-gallon long community tank. At Crystal Shack, I let two in aquatics. The coffee pot is on, the coffee mug is full. I need more coffee. I just need like a direct line of coffee into my soul.
No IVs.
IV coffee. Hi Dan Slee, hey Denny Close, hey Mr. B, how's it going? I was at Lucas's until 4 this morning, making sure everything was clean and ready for, I think Creative Pet Keeping is going over there today, and somebody else, I forget. It's too early, I'm too tired. Hey Twisty, good morning. Good morning Candy. Good morning Sandy. Good morning Anthony's Fish. Good morning Daryl. How's it going? So, if y'all remember from my live stream yesterday, I got the new Corydoras. I bagged up all the Paleatus Cory breeding group and took that up to Lucas's, which if you saw his stream, you got to see him up there. Which cleaned out the 20-gallon long for me to put the long fins in there. Now, there's two species of Corydora in this 20-gallon long right now. There's the emerald Corys, and there's the long-fin Paleatus Corys. And I'm 98% sure that the eggs I found this morning are from the long-fin Paleatus, because when I woke up, my husband's supposed to turn the lights on to the fish tanks at like, I don't know, 9 or 8 when he gets up. They were not on when I woke up at like 1 o'clock. So when I walked in the room, I could see that tank in the dark, and I could see the long fins like doing breedy stuff. And I was like, please, please let there be it. And there's eggs everywhere. So I got all of them collected in here, and there's still some in the tank that I can show you, because after I pulled all of them, I probably got 30, 40 eggs. After I pulled all of them, I came back in here after I got my coffee ready, and there's some more eggs in there. So I either need to pull those or leave them and see if they breed out in there. But we shall see. Miss Ninja Dragon, yeah. It's hard to sneak around and get your coffee, man. He snuck into that room. He was supposed to be in the garage, and I was working in the office. So I left my coffee in the office when I went into the main fish room to drain that tank, and then all of a sudden he's in there live streaming, and I'm like, my coffee's in there. So I have to sneak around. I don't have to. It's just more fun. So yeah, I think I bred the longfin Corys. Like that. Like, threw them into the magic 20-gallon long tank, and they went like crazy. And I was talking to Lucas about how I was putting them in there hoping that they would breed, and he said that a lot of Cory breeders use 20-gallon longs. Twisty Ride says that guy still has a boatload of aquariums and supplies for sale cheap in Ohio. Yeah, I know. It's just getting the time to drive to Ohio to look at them. Because if I'm going to buy a used tank, I got to look at it first. Why haven't I bought them all? Money. Money, 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 money. Mr. B says, careful, you'll get blood in your caffeine stream if you don't keep the coffee flowing. You have no idea. It's like life. Absolutely like life. I probably drink 4 pots of coffee a day. Operate at a very high caffeine level. Anywho, what's everybody else doing on a Saturday morning? Dan's in line for a coffee refill. I don't wait in line. I make my husband do it. Make my husband do it. So hopefully Lucas will start selling those Corys and Guppies and all that stuff, and hopefully I am already breeding some more Corys, so if I could just get the plecos to cave up, I'd be doing alright. But, Mr. B's doing water changes. Hey Clay, hey Joel. Yeah, let me know what those look like, Twisty, if you contact that dude, because I'm in the market for a 75 or a 125, probably a 75. I need to get those Bashirs moved into a bigger tank. They're way outgrown that tank. Crystal Shack's uploading videos. Crystal, you were up. Say Crystal Shack, Carissa. I know your name now. Now we're Facebook friends. You need to learn how to sleep, because you were up same times I was, but then again, I have no clue what time it is where you're at, ever, because the time difference is so weird. Anywho. So I gotta figure out how to get these plecos. I don't know if the plecos are just not old enough, or they just aren't feeling it yet, or if my female isn't big enough. I think the female isn't big enough, because my male looks boss. 7:40 a.m. Yeah, it's 1:40 p.m. here, and I just woke up. I'm tired. Literally woke up and had to stick my hands in a fish tank after having my hands in fish tanks all night last night because those Cory's bred, and I had to get those eggs out. Now I gotta do water changes, Mr. B. That's my Saturday as well, is doing my water changes. So even on my day off, I don't get a day off. But I gotta go to the pet store, and I gotta go pick up, I'm picking up a dual 10-gallon stand for my 10 gallons, get those off the coffee table so that they're like rack system. Clay Dealey says the longfin Corys are rad. I can't find any locally. I couldn't believe I found the ones I did. And if they bred, I'm stoked because those things are boss. Now I just got to keep them eggs from fungusing. Those eggs were a lot smaller, though. That's why I was kind of worried that they're the emerald Corys. But even if it's the emerald Corys, that'd still be sweet because that's another BAP. So, now I just got to find some new guppies. I was sizing up all the guppies at Lucas's yesterday, and I really want a blue Dumbo ear guppy. Like, I need someone to make me, or find me, or go forth and breed blue and black, like, metallic Dumbo ear guppies. That's what I need in my life. And I was looking at some images on Google Images last night of different guppies, and I don't think anybody has made a metallic blue and black Dumbo ear guppy. I need that. And my voice sounds like Miley Cyrus in a garbage disposal right now because I'm super tired. But I thought you guys would want to know that I bred those Corys. I did it. Well, they did it. I watched. Nominate me for what, Dan? Did I just totally forget what I was talking about? Nominate me to make that guppy? Yeah, right. Platoon got some awesome albino koi guppies today. My first guppy since 2007. Be careful, those guppies turn into a Pokemon game, just like the rainbows. Fall down a guppy rabbit hole. Breeding them guppies, yeah. Can't do it. Candy says your voice sounds better than her. I don't know, man. She's got bajillions of dollars. All I did was start smoking way too young. Got that nice, bassy, horrible, scratchy voice. Dan's on the phone. Get off the phone, Dan. What are you doing? What are you doing? No. Oh, man. So everything should be clean up at Lucas's. I'm interested to see how well his tour goes that he does. I'm already deep in the Bashir hole. Yeah. If you look at my fish wish list. Where's that wish list at? Hang on a second. Pause. Pause for the cause. Everybody stare at their own fish tank. Okay, so black binder. I want to talk about being deep in the Bashir rabbit hole. This is my fish wish list. See that? You see that? All 13 species of Bashir and like 5 more African species. They're all African species on my wish list. Is that ridiculous? Like, if I ever get to do a, like, go out and collect fish in the wild, the only place I would ever want to go is Africa. And the only place I could probably never go is Africa. Like, Africa has the weirdest fish, and they're amazing. And they're weird, freshwater, amazing fish. Mr. B said, I had to laugh last night. He said his water bill's doubles. My thoughts were, well, you now have someone doing constant water changes. Yeah. Every time they mention that water bill, I apologize. I'm like, I'm so sorry. It has to happen. And also, I'm being told to do it, so I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. Everything's breeding there now. It's so good. But yeah, when he said that, I was lurking, draining a tank in the other room, and I almost got into the chat and was like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Candy overhauls. That's hard to say. Fish wish list, right? Try saying it when you've just woken up. Live in front of, I don't know, 28 people. Let's see. What's Ginger doing that we're hoping works out? I don't know. I just did the cold water change you recommended and put the frozen bloodworms. I'm hoping for eggs for my golden legazers. Fingers crossed. Do you have one of them that looks super fat? Like you're like, look at that fat one? Because that's when I usually for sure do a cold water change. If like one of my females is looking real fat or just big and rounded, cold water change, hit them with it. You'll get those eggs out of her. Skipper's Aquariums, they just showed up. Did you get a lot of eggs from the longfin koi cats? I got about 40 in the hang on the front here. And there's still some in the tank that I've either got to get out or leave in there or something. So yeah, I got... Now, let's see if I can keep them from fungusing. That's going to be the big trick. Because those were some sticky eggs. So I turned the flow up pretty high in here. And I usually put a catappa leaf in, but there's already catappa leaves in this 2.5 gallon. And the problem that I was experiencing with the last batch of Cory eggs I had was that the ones that were touching that leaf fungused. So I didn't put a catappa leaf in there. I've got one in the 2.5 gallons. I'm hoping that that gets the same stuff going on in there. Dansley, we aren't people, we're fish nerds. That's why I'm like, I woke up and saw fish eggs, and I'm like, I gotta tell my people, get the phone, get the eggs, get the hang on the front. We gotta do all the things. Twisty Ride said he couldn't afford the bill here. You get charged for using it and the same amount for waste. Yeah, no, he would go bankrupt with that RO unit. I don't like to think about that. Don't like to think about that. Anywho. So yeah, got a bunch of Cory eggs. Hopefully I don't fungus them. I got them in the dark as soon as I could. Like, I think that's a real big key with those Cory eggs, is keeping them in the dark. Because the darker I've gotten them, the better I've done. I will say that. And you can credit Eric Bodrock from all Oddball Aquatics for that information, because for the last, like, week, I've been re-watching this talk that he did at a club about breeding Cory cats. I just keep re-watching it and re-watching it, and I keep picking out more amazing information. Like, there's Cory cats that bury their eggs, and he puts them on, like, almost a bare bottom with just, like, a little bit of sand over the top of it so that he can, like, waft the sand away and find the buried eggs. That's what he always says. That's how I found those eggs at Lucas's, because I was like, no way, Cory's bury eggs. That's so crazy. And then I look, and it's like, they totally do. It's so weird. Skipper's Aquariums. I wish I could find some of those Corys. Yeah. I love all the different Corys. I think I'm falling down the Cory cat Pokemon rabbit hole. I'm not sure about those ones that bury their eggs, though. That's a little crazy. Let's see. Mr. B says, question. I have a, how do you pronounce this thing? I know what it is. Dwarf snakehead. That's not looking good. Heavy breathing, won't eat. Similar family to your rope fish. Providing good water. What else do you think I should try? So, heavy breathing, won't eat. Is he at the top of the tank, bottom of the tank? Is he swimming? I'm guessing he doesn't have anything on him that looks weird, or else you'd have told me that. Heavy breathing, won't eat. How long have you had it? Has it been eating before? I'm going to need some more info on that. Ginger Craves. The more I watch you, the more I want ropefish. Those guys are so entertaining, right? Who doesn't want this happening? Like, they're water dragons. They're hungry right now. They think I'm gonna feed them. Yeah, they're water dragons. They just chill. Hang out. They're amazing. Hey, River Pigs. Hey, Superior Guppy. Have I said hi to Superior Guppy? I think I have. I don't know what's going on. It's so early for me, guys. Skipper's Aquariums. I ordered some snails off you on the website. Can't wait to get them. Woohoo! Get these snails a good home. Because I'm going to have to, since my husband pulled all of them. I still have a bunch in other tanks. But to keep this population going the way I want it to, and to kind of try to selectively breed those pink ones, I'm going to have to get rid of a big bag of them if I don't sell a bunch of them, like, locally, like, hey, big bag of ram's horn snails, $10 kind of thing, or something like that. I don't know, $20, I don't know. But, I have to keep that population moving or else the shells degrade, and I don't like sending out snails with shells that aren't, like, bomb, because I have the ability to do it. So why wouldn't I? I hate when you see a snail with that white spot right in the center of its shell where you know that calcium deficiency starting. That drives me nuts. So I've got to clean out part of this horde to keep that from happening because it's starting to happen. Mr. B, he darts to the top for air. Yeah, they do have a lung. And then sits on the bottom. I've had him for years. No new activity in the tank. Did not neglect. Okay, so Snakehead is gasping for air and he won't eat. But he's still hitting the top for air. And then he sits on the bottom. Had him for years. No new activity in the tank. That either sounds like, to me, and I'm not an expert, there's either something happening, like if you have a lid and the air quality under there, like he's not getting a good enough breath when he hits the top, and that's why he's heavy breathing at the bottom, or the amount of oxygen in the actual system might be a problem, but I doubt that because that's an air breather. So the only other thing I can think of is since you've had him for years and there's nothing different going on, and this is just kind of starting, that sounds like internal, like, something pressing on something. Like I'm thinking, like, tumor. But that's just me, and if you don't see anything weird on him, that's probably not the case, but I don't know. Won't eat and heavy breathing makes me think that internally there's a struggle going on, and I'm not sure. Sometimes, man, fish cancer, fish aging out, all that stuff's for real. Like, everybody feels like they're doing something wrong when their fish goes south, and it's like everything goes south. Everything does. So we just gotta kind of... Yeah, they sit for long periods anyway, says Mr. B's. Not an active fish. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably just getting old. Maybe he's getting winded going to the top. Maybe he's constipated. That's why he's not eating. What could you feed a snakehead for constipation? That's a meat eater. What would you feed a meat eater for a constipation issue? Because it's not going to eat peas. Maybe Daphnia? You think you could get it to eat like some real big Daphnia? I doubt it. I don't know. Yeah, Crystal Shack. Sometimes they just die from old age. Sometimes you get a fish. I mean, fish have genetic problems. Fish, you know, if you took a fish to the doctor every day, they'd probably tell some of them that they're like, that, yo, you're a diabetic fish. You can't be eating all the... And then they do, and, you know, you won't eat anything offered to him. That sucks, Mr. B. I'm sorry. I hope he gets better. Clear eyes. Yeah, my thoughts as well. Don't think it's parasitic. May just be his time. Yeah. There's no fungus. There's no... Yeah. Sometimes, man, you just get that fish where you're like, man, that's like Grouchy. Grouchy's got a tumor growing on his gill plate, and he still swims around, and he still eats just fine, and he's still his... But I know that his time is coming because he's got the fish cancer, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's not like I can take him for fish chemo. Oh, there you go. Latoon Aquatics. Try feeder insects with your snaked head. It helped my, a different type of snakehead that I can't pronounce right now because I haven't drinking enough of this coffee. Oh, fish chemo. Yeah. I mean, it's not like your dog, like, there are vets out there that treat fish. Don't get me wrong. It happens, but it's few and far between. And I mean, even then, there's only so much they can do. It's kind of like birds. Like, when you have a exotic bird, a lot of times, I mean, you take them to vets. There are avian vets and things like that. But birds have such a low blood volume that if they have to do anything real invasive to that bird, it's not a good situation. Like, Mr. B says the vets in his area come to him. Really? I have large animal vets that'll come to you out here. Because I live amongst cattle and horses and farms, and my vet is actually a large animal vet that treats small animals on the weekend. That's where my dog goes. Because I don't need none of that fancy vet work. I just need somebody to give my dog his shots and make sure we got flea protection and all that kind of junk. Plus my dog is a super nerd. He's allergic to everything, so occasionally he's got to go get around to steroids to calm down a super, like, flare-up of it. Dog's a nerd. I don't recommend buying pedigreed, purebred dogs. I've always bought mutts my whole life, and they've been perfect. When I moved out and got my own place and lived on my own, I was like, I'm buying myself the dog that I want. And I wanted a little tiny dog that would ride around the car with me, so I bought a miniature Yorkie for way too much money. And he's a super nerd, and he won't ride in the car, and he won't wear a collar, and he doesn't like baths, and mutts for life, because this thing, he's got, like, asthma, like, he, like, can't catch his breath sometimes, and he's got allergies. He's allergic to chicken. He's allergic to grass, like any kind of poultry, any kind of grass. He's allergic to fleas. It's insanity. Like, he just scratches all his skin off, and I have to take him into the vet, and they give him a booster shot of steroids, and they put him on some steroids, and it calms down, and 6 months later it happens again. It's a different game with different fish. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're going to find this snakehead problem. How warm are you keeping the snakehead? Many of the locations of Gaucho are subtropical. Maybe he isn't getting enough oxygen from the warm water. Yeah, but if he's an air breather, shouldn't matter how much oxygen is in the water, should it? Unless they're like a 60-40 type of breather. I don't know. I don't know that much about snakeheads. I'm not allowed to keep them. They're illegal here. Although I find them beautiful and I want one, which is why I know what you're talking about. I can't keep one. Indiana's a real stickler about those snakeheads. There's too many people that fish around here that want to be able to fish what's actually in there and not snakeheads out of the freaking river. They get all up in arms about people keeping different types of fish because, heaven forbid, the thing, like, it's never going to live in Indiana. Like, that's what they never understand about banning fish. This is what drives me nuts. I'm going to rant for a second. How in the world should it be a problem for us to keep Asian arowana? Do they think that Asian arowana are going to survive an Indiana winter? Not a chance. Not a chance. Oh my goodness. And snakeheads? Snakeheads not going to survive an Indiana winter? Plus, anybody that's going to get that type of fish, anybody that's going to spend enough money to go get an Asian arowana or to get an Asian arowana into Indiana is not going to dump it in a lake. Like, in order to know what that fish is, acquire that fish, and spend that much money on that fish, it's not something you're going to be like, oh, I didn't realize I hate aquariums, and then you dump it in a lake. That's not, you would sell it for money. Like, they try to control this hobby because they think they're doing good things. And they're not listening to the people in the hobby tell them what they know from their experience. Like, even the reptile game, like, oh, they're banning Burmese pythons and stuff. They're not banning them. They're everywhere. You can get them everywhere. You can get them in the outskirts of Florida because that actually can survive out there. But you don't see like big embargoes or whatever. Whatever. Can't even handle it. Okay, so snakehead's like 40% air, 50% water. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be a problem. But he's lived in that water for years. Dansley, Asian arowana, the problem is they're endangered in the wild, and the laws don't take into account that they are now captive bred. Right. They don't think about the fact that, that's why we have the CARES program. Those fish that I bought that are up at Lucas's are almost extinct in the wild. Not just endangered, like they are extinct. But the CARES program is the only reason we're even keeping that fish on the planet. Because people are breeding it in their aquariums. Because they've destroyed its natural habitat. So you have to take into account the 21st century when you think about taking care of fish and animals and things like that. If something has gotten to the point where it is almost extinct and the only people keeping it alive are nerds like us that are like, I want to figure out what that is and keep it in a glass box and have to change its water every 5 seconds. Like, they need to listen to those people. This ropefish is already threatened. If we don't get it to breed in tank and they destroy it in the wild, it's gone. It's just gone. Like, there will be no more ropefish because they don't exist anymore. And that's crazy. All they have to do is listen to people that are actually in the hobby. I don't know about legalize the arowana, because I'm not going to keep an arowana, so it's not really my... That's not my soapbox, but my point is, like, if you're going to make laws regarding the keeping of something, like in the pet trade, you know, you need to know about that species that you're making the law about. So like there's a reason that there are laws that say if you're going to own a tiger, you have to, like in Indiana, if you're going to get a large exotic cat, for instance, you have to sign up with DNR, you have to take the animal to a vet and have it vet checked. You have to fill out the, like a Class A animal license, and a DNR rep has to come to your house and inspect all of your facilities and your cages and make sure they meet all of the requirements. Then they put out a notice to everybody that lives within 5 miles of you, and all of those people have the opportunity to come inspect your cages. Then there's a meeting about it and a vote as to whether or not you can even get that animal. That's important because tigers bite your face off. But an Asian arowana, if I want to put an Asian arowana in my basement, no one would ever even know. It would not affect anything. So, and it wouldn't affect the population in the wild because I guarantee you if I got an Asian arowana, it would be tank bred. So, the fact that these fish can be tank bred and they're still not allowing us to keep them, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, you're not affecting the wild population. It's not something that can take over the ecosystem or breed in the place where I live, so it's not invasive. What are they doing? Anyway. Is Flynn here? Hello, Flynn. How are you doing? I was just looking at something on your Instagram. I think it was your Liberty Mollies going after some shrimp. It was super cool. That was awesome. Great time to join the stream, says Big City Bed, as the tiger can bite your face off. Right. That's why I don't keep large cats. I would... Do you know how cool it would be to have like a panther or a tiger or some giant exotic cat? Like, they're awesome. But eventually, it's gonna bite your face off. Like, that's what they do. That's like people that keep monkeys. Like, monkeys are amazing and I love them and they're super cute and it would be great for like a couple hours. Monkeys bite. They throw poop. That is not a pet. This soapbox rant brought to you by, that's hilarious. Yeah, I can't. Dylan, I own 4 of them. 4 of what? Wait a minute. What do you own 4 of? 4 arowanas? Yeah. Yep, that's why most countries than the U.S. allow Asian arowana now. Our laws just haven't caught up, Dansley. Yeah. We're so worried about so much other junk that nobody... Ugh. This rant brought to you by 5 hours of sleep and a lack of coffee. Big City Bettas. Oh, good lord. My old Maine Coon spaz attacks when he turned into a freaking ninja of death were enough for me. No thanks on a panther. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, for the 10 minutes that you are around it and it's chill and it hasn't figured out that you're a snack, it's gonna be awesome because you're petting a panther. It's like touching a dragon. It's amazing. But eventually, you're gonna get lit on fire. That's all I'm saying. What's on this is my Avengers cup, but I have to do it this way, because if I flip it this way, then we all end up in a fight about who's better, and it's the Hulk, so I can't. I gotta do it this way. So my little sister's a monkey sizzle too, and that's funny. I was a monkey when I was a kid, but yeah, monkeys, they bite fingers off. There was that one that was a giant chimp that was like a TV star. He was like in all kinds of commercials and worked with, I don't know, like Michael Jackson or something. He ripped that lady's face off. Like, her whole face and her hands. Don't mess with monkeys, man. Just see them when they're at the zoo. They stay in a tree. Sometimes the zookeeper brings them down. You feed them a banana. They go back up in the tree. Perfect monkey relationship. There is a serious need for people to understand, I'm glad you keep that so I don't have to. So that I can see it, but it's not living with me in my house. Like birds. Birds are amazing outside, in an aviary, squawking their heads off, out of my house. But in my house, no, no. No, no, no. Can't do that 24/7. Are we talking about green spotted puffers? Big City Bettas. At least it's Marvel and not DC. Can't fault that. Yeah, DC. Batman's not a superhero, sorry. He's just a rich guy with a superiority complex. Oh, what's... Flynn says I've never watched Avengers. Oh, Flynn. You never cease to amaze me with how innocent you are. You gotta see it.
All of them, all Marvel movies, are run together.
No, yeah, Mr. B. Batman is not a superhero. Thor is not a superhero. He's a god. Batman's not a superhero. He's a rich guy with a tool belt.
Like Tony Stark.
Oh, there's a Cory question? Where's the Cory question? Where's the Cory question? I'm missing stuff, Candy. Oh, it's Dylan. Where's Dylan? Dylan. I don't know where the question is. Somebody put it back in. Tech Turtle needed some help with breeding green Corys. I've tried bloodworms, I've tried stinking shrimp pellets, wafers, flakes, and tetracolored tropical granules, and cooler water changes, nothing. Have they gotten bitten? This is Tech Turtle. Okay, so I'm looking for Tech Turtle. How old do they need to be? Blah, 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 blah. Arguably, Black Widow isn't a superhero either. Black Widow is not a superhero. She's a spy who knows karate. That's not a superhero. There's nothing super about her. You know who's a superhero? Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is like the ultimate female superhero. Hawkeye is not a superhero. Mm-mm. Ooh, then Mr. B's got a good idea for that. Were they ever over-medicated? Maybe they were sterile. What I would look for is if you've got one big female. If you've got one big female, she's got eggs in her. And it's all about getting them out. But you said, which Corys are we talking about here? Green Corys. Is that's the, hang on. Is that the emerald Corys? Or is it green laser Corys? Or is it emerald green Corys? Because if it's emerald green Corys, let's see, do they lay on the glass, or are they, This whole Corys burying their eggs thing, big deal. We really need to look into this. Dylan, for breeding the Corys, watch the weather, pick a day with low barometric pressure, do a cold water change and feed well. That's how I got mine to go the first time. I waited until it was about to rain, or it was raining, and I did a big cold water change, and that got them the first time. I do think the barometric pressure will help. That's a good point. Green emeralds lay everywhere, yeah, so they're going to be in the plants, they're going to be, like, mine lay them in the guppy grass a lot, and in the Veterinary, and they also, I read, like to lay them where there's a high oxygen flow or a high water flow. So a lot of times mine will lay them in the Veterinary, like right beside the bubbler where the bubble wall is. Think about that too. Okay, the Corys are about a year old and in a 20-gallon. Emerald Corys, I have 6 of them, and I'm pretty sure at least one is a female and fat as everything. Yeah. Wait for the rain. Make sure you've got a spot in there that's like heavy planted, where there's like almost a jungle thing going on one of the like walls of glass, because that's kind of what I have. If you look, hang on, if you look at that 20, oh whoa, what was that? Okay, if you look at that 20-gallon long right there, you'll see that there's this big mound of guppy grass right here. They usually lay right there on the glass, and then this Veterinary over here, right here, they usually lay in that and behind that. So lots of plants is a big deal. Come on, camera. There. Okay. How many of them water snakes you got back there? And do they jump? They look jumpy. I have 4 in this tank. And they will jump if you don't... You need a lid. Period. Like, that's the... You need a lid because they will jump. My theory is that they're semi-aquatic, and if you give them space to be able to get out of the water when they want to, they will not jump as bad or as much or ever. Mine have a turtle dock and also a bunch of plants that hit the top and make like kind of a island up there they can rest on, and they don't really jump. Are you going to Dallas for Aquashella at the end of March? Yes, I will be there with my light up shoes, rocking it out. I'm trying to decide on accommodations. That's going to get interesting. So I'm either going to stay at the Lorenzo with everybody else, or been thinking about renting a place for a couple days up there. We shall see. Because that's going to be a 13-hour drive for me.
RV's too expensive.
Yeah, Mr. B says don't over clean. You might be disturbing them too. Yeah, keep your water quality up, but don't over clean. Yeah, mine, they kind of like it a little bit dirty, them Corys do. Dansley, is that ropefish tank 49-gallon bow front? It's 36-gallon bow front. They're super shoehorned in there. That's why I got to get that pond rocking, because they've needed an upgrade for a minute. But fortunately, the ropefish do pretty good, even in smaller. As long as you're keeping the water quality up, there's a lot of fish in there. Yeah, I'm super excited for Dallas. It's going to be awesome. I have all of my raps ready to go. There are songs being written and parodies and amazing things. It's going to be pretty good. Jeremy wants to know how that Osmo Pocket thing's working out for you. I love that thing, except for one caveat. When they released that, what the heck, update, they killed the ability to transport 4K videos directly from the Osmo Pocket onto your phone when it's plugged into your phone. So if I film in 4K, I can't get the video from the Osmo Pocket onto my phone. I have to go through my computer. The problem with that is I do all of my editing on my phone, which means in order to use the Osmo Pocket in 4K right now, I then have to export the 4K videos, which takes forever, onto my laptop, and then import them onto my phone. So far, I've put in about 12 hours trying to figure out how to streamline that process, and it is not fun. And it's not working, it's not fun, I don't like it. It's really, really perturbing me. So, I'm kind of holding on hope that they release an update soon that fixes this problem, because literally right before I did that update, I could put my 4K videos over. As soon as they did that, it says this video is not supported. And I've been on the forums, and all the forums say that it's happening to them too, and Osmo has responded to it and said they know about the issue and they're working on it, and blah, blah, blah. Still no update. So, it's really perturbing me. Dan, I don't know how you guys edit on phones. Brutal. You want to know the real secret, Dan? I edit on my phone in about 5 minutes. So, I will film while I'm at work with my phone, go out on my smoke break, and throw everything into iMovie really fast, and go back in, do some more work, go out on a smoke break a couple hours later, throw the rest of the videos I did in there. And then when I get home from work, so it's an hour drive home, when I get home from work, I will usually pull it up and do my voiceover real fast so that I remember everything I wanted to tell you guys. That way my video is ready to go in the morning. It takes me about 5-10 minutes worth of smoke break and voiceover. Dansley, what about rendering? I do short videos. The only rendering that takes any kind of time is these live streams. Plus, I don't really know what rendering is. I don't do a whole lot of that. I just throw it up there. I don't know. You're going to have to teach me more about that because I don't know what you're talking about. I just throw it up there on YouTube. Joel, I don't think you get much rendering with simple cuts and joins. Discuss amongst yourselves, I have no idea. Rendering's turning it from raw assets into the file formats for videos we are used to. I don't know. Looks good to me when I throw it up there. I use iMovie, edit it all together. Throw it up. I'm winging it. Discuss amongst yourselves. I have no clue what you're talking about. Computers, stuff. Yeah. I just got a laptop. The last laptop I had was an Acer Aspire that I bought back in 2004 for school. And it doesn't work anymore, so I just gave up on having a computer. And then I recently went out and got this computer. And I was like, oh, it does all kind of fancy things. And I don't know how to work it. So basically I just use it to do work I already knew how to do and talk to you guys, and that's about it. Tech Turtle, what plants grow in Brackish? I have been told plants don't really like Brackish, but Dan Slee says Anubias might be good to start with. You can see that. Haley's videos, in her words, throw it up, right? Throw it up there. That's what I did. That's basically what I do. I'm like, I film what I did, and then I'm like, here's what I did, and then I throw it up there. That's why you guys see me almost die on a ladder, because I'm like, I almost died on a ladder. Did you guys see that? It was crazy. Reels Tanks, why does everyone think discus are hard to keep? I don't know. I've never kept discus because I always thought they were hard to keep. My big thing is I don't want to spend that much money on a really flashy fish and then it like keels over because I'm not good at soft water. That's my big fear with them, is that they're going to want softer water than I've got and I'm going to kill them. Raw, real, and perfect. I don't know about the perfect part. Raw, real, and awkward. Raw, real, and raggedy. Yeah, that ladder ups was whoo. The worst one though was when I hit my head, cause like when you like step on a ladder and you think you're just going up further and you don't and then you smash your head into the ceiling and then you look up at the ceiling like it did something wrong. Like, that was a rough one. Dansley says, I've heard the wild-caught discus are actually easier to keep than the farmed ones from Asia. Really? Yeah, I can't fake anything. I mean, y'all would see right through that. That ceiling did totally lower and smack me ginger grapes. Did you see that? It's like ghost ceiling. That utility room is the worst as far as space goes. There is no space in there. And there are tanks all the way to the ceiling. It is crowded. Me and the ladder and the bucket and the hose. Crazy. Dansley, I'm still laughing at that coffee cup and bandana sneaking into the frame last night. I tried to sneak away, man. I had to get the coffee. Like, he was in there, and also my coffee was in there. So it was like risk versus reward. And then he caught me doing nothing. No, I was doing stuff. After that, I went and drained a bunch more tanks in the garage. Since he's not going to utilize the garage, I had stuff to do in there, so I moved on. And then he came walking back in there, and he's like, oh, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, does this look like work? I was like, what was that coffee cup? And then I saw the bandana. Yeah, it's me sneaking around on the floor, being a weirdo. I am 100% like that guy from Mr. Deeds. It's like, you underestimate the sneakiness. It's kind of fun to scare him, though. He'll be feeding fish, like real staring into a tank, and I'll just walk up behind him, stand there. He'll turn around and go, oh! Ginger says, Lucas needs a fish house that's at least the same square footage as his actual house, or maybe bigger. Yeah, except then he would never go home. It's good that his fish are in his home, because that makes him spend time at home. Tech Turtle, what are you asking about? So I hope someone's helping Tech Turtle, right? Yeah, I've tried all types of Cryptonubius. They seem to do fine when adjusted. Yeah. What are you putting in that brackish tank, Tech Turtle? Other than apparently some plants. Big city betas, all crypts. Nubius and crypts and brackish, they require a transition period. They'll melt a little bit. Oh, it's a green spot puffer. Awesome. I'm down with that. You need some snails? I got some snails to send you. Yes, thank you for being very, very helpful and helping out Tech Turtle, everyone. Because that is what this community is all about. Because I don't know everything. I don't even know a fraction of everything. We all got to do this together. That's what this hobby's about. Look at all these rope fish. That's what we got to do, is all work together. Because that's how we get the information. That's why this hobby is expanding, and we're learning as much as we are, and we're keeping things more correctly now, and things are doing better, is because we're all talking to each other, and it's amazing. Tech Turtle, yes, send them please. Oh, snails. There's a link for you. I got the snails. I got the snails. I gotta go get bloodworms. Big city bet. Does anyone have any experience with black tiger Darios? I'm really interested in a pair I found available. What does that look like? Hang on, now I gotta Google it. Black tiger Dario. Ooh, it's like a little scarlet baddis with a black face. That's cool. Y'all want to see this? Look at this little scarlet baddis with a black face. Yeah. That's a pretty sweet looking fish. You should get those. Those are sweet. I got a ton of snails from Petco and PetSmart, and they're already gone, and it's only been 10 days, says Tech Turtle. Yeah, you gotta make a snail tank. If you're gonna keep them puffers, you gotta have yourself a snail tank. Yeah, I'm not super into the brackish yet. I'm gonna try, but I'm not there yet. I tried to do it once with a figure 8 puffer, and I think I just got a bad figure 8 puffer, but it made me really scared that I screwed up the salinity. Ginger Graves, everything I know about fish I've learned from the #FishFam community online. My LFS has a couple of knowledgeable people that will actually tell me don't buy this, but most just want to sell, sell, sell. That's right. We're moving away from that pet stores bring stuff in and you have to figure it out as you go and we end up killing stuff, and more into like the ability to research and find somebody who's done amazing things with that species that you want. Dan says, Candy, do you feed bladder snails or just ram's horns? And Candy says, all the snails. Yeah, when you get into the puffers, the bigger puffers, the puffers that are really crazy, you just, any snails you can get. You got some snails, give them to me, because I'm going to chuck them in there and they'll be gone in like 5 seconds. Aquarium Cop, hello! What's up, Haley and friends? Cooking and watching and listening. I can't be in the chat. Love to all. Oh, Aquarium Cop. I stare at your sticker on one of Lucas's racks all the time in the garage. I love that sticker. Don Gallagher, Fish Fam helped me fix my algae problem. Yeah, hashtag Fish Fam rules. I think some people think that the hashtag Fish Fam thing is exclusive, like a inner circle, and it's not, dude. If you need some help, get in here, because that's what we're all about. Big City Bettis says, talking to Candy, and said, I had a really hard time with plants when I first started keeping my domestic bettas in Brackish, so I get it. A big believer in sharing information in the hobby. Yeah, we all got to talk to each other. Tech Turtle says, I really think this Brackish thing's pretty easy and hard to truly mess up. I don't know. I'm pretty good at messing stuff up. Jeremy Morell, what's the smallest fish you can keep with rope fish? Would Congo tetras or African butterfly fish be too small? Not when they're full grown. It's all about fitting in the mouth. That rule of thumb, if it fits in there, it eats it. Yeah. Mostly these, they don't really hunt real hard. They're not real aggressive. I mean, mostly they'll get out-competed for food. The problem is at night, those type of fish usually sleep. And if they're not moving or paying attention and a rope fish can slither its way up there and fit it in its mouth, it's going to eat it. So let's see, what's the smallest fish you could, I don't know. I wouldn't keep guppies with them, they'll get eaten. So larger than a guppy? Owen is watching from Brazil. Wow, hello Brazil, how's it going down there? Aquarium Cop says, I got black sand for my new tank that I plan to put my rope fish in. Is that bad or good? I think it's good. I was actually talking to Dr. Asuko, the guy from Nigeria that I've been talking to. I was talking to him again about babies and that kind of thing, and I think I'm going full dirted mud in the pond. I think I'm going all the way mud. People trying. Brackish tanks. Yes, I love that. Big City Bettas. So ropefish are like bashirs and most catfish in the way you can pick tank mates by mouth size. Yes. Ropefish and bashirs are actually from the same, what is it? Is it genus? Genus? No, it's the one right before that. Family. Family, different genus and species. So those are the only two fish basically in that, like, branch of the whatever. I don't know how to pronounce, or not pronounce. I don't know how to explain that right now. I'm too tired. And I still gotta go to the pet store and go pick up that stand. And I think I'm picking my best friend up on the way to do that so that I have somebody to ramble on at while I'm driving. Let's see. Candy says Brackish was very easy, at least it has been for her because she's also had a reef tank. Yeah. See, you've already went full salt. Of course it was easy for you. I'm terrified of saltwater tank. I am terrified that it's just going to suck all my money away. Did you know that reindeer have red nose? Jeremy says, for catfish, I pick tank mates by stomach size. Yeah, catfish will eat something bigger than its mouth. Those things are crazy. Tech Turtle, this is your second tank ever, and you're going brackish? Props to you, man. That's the way to do it. Just grab it. Let's see, Dan Slee. A friend long ago who got me into the hobby, cichlids at the time, explained it best. Our oceans have been fairly stable and consistent for tens of thousands of years. Freshwater and brackish deal with extreme. That's interesting. No, no. I can't do a saltwater tank. Stop it. I can't. Freshwater only. Freshy fresh. I can't do it. Because that's a whole other rabbit hole you fall down in. And there's way more cooler, like not cooler, but way more oddball saltwater fish than there are freshwater fish. Don Gallagher. I want to try Siamese algae eaters, and I have this thing I'm trying to get over. I can't mix continents. OCD? Question mark. I would have Asia and South America together. The horror. Oh, the horror. You can do it. Tech Turtle's first tank is 6 green Corys, 2 panda Corys, 6 rasboras, and 2 platies. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good mix. Now I kind of just want to leave this going so you guys can talk, because y'all are talking about good stuff. Just think of Brackish as an ultra hard water tank. I already run ultra hard water tanks. There's no salt in there. That salt freaks me out. It's the salt, man. It's the mixing of the salt and what the salt will do. And I don't know. Salt freaks me out. I like to eat it, not put it in my fish tanks. I'm being stared at.
No, I'm staring at the rope fish.
Oh no, he's staring at the rope fish. Yeah, Ginger Graves' water comes out ultra hard already, her water. Yeah. Dansley, your 300 TDS water is mild compared to Brackish in hard water terms. It's hard in my opinion. I wouldn't put a discus in it. What is going on here? Look at this. What's happening here? That's a weird line. There we go. Anyhow. Don Gallagher, I hear you. I'm in Arizona and my GH is 22. Yeah, I don't test GH or KH, mostly because I'm lazy. And also because I have this true belief in not messing with stuff unless there's a problem. Like, if I see a problem, like, I might try to deduce what's happening, but mostly I just try to keep things that I know will survive well in what my water generally is. And roll with it. I don't have enough time for... I used to test, like, my water, like, twice a day. And I went through so many test kits, so many liquid test kits, so many strips, all for it to just be consistent. And the one odd time where it would be weird, the test would be wrong. Because I'd test it again and it'd be consistent. So I just finally was like, I'm not testing anymore unless I see a problem. And even then, even when I see a problem now, I know that 99% of the time, the fix to a problem is a big water change. That instead of pulling out my test kit, the first thing I do is hit it with a big water change. I'm like, oh, that guy looks a little weird, water change. Oh, that tank's looking a little cloudy, water change. Oh, why do I have so much algae? Water change. That's 90% of the time, that's the answer. Latoon, 600 TDS in my Bashir tank. Dang. Mine runs at 300. Those Bashirs need an upgrade so bad. He takes up like half the tank. That's got to happen this weekend. That may happen this weekend. I may go live if I get a new tank for the Bashirs while I'm setting it up. Let you guys watch me set up a tank. Ginger Graves. GH comes out of the tap at 120 to 180 and my KH is 80 to 120.
I got the chocolate reindeer.
Jaden has a chocolate reindeer. And she peed in the potty. Yay! She's gonna love that when she's a teenager and she goes back and looks at my videos. I'm gonna show that to your first boyfriend. Ha ha.
Go be quiet.
Yay!
Fix it.
Potty training stinks, man. Anyway, look how hungry the ropefish are. Look at them. They're like, where's the foods at, Mom? Foods are at the pet store. Mom has to go to the pet store. I'm too busy talking to these wonderful people. Y'all gonna have to wait. Can you wait? Hi, Toothless. Can you wait? No? I'm just gonna float there and act depressed. Look at him sulking with his head down. Like a sulking sulker. Toothless. That's a female. That's a male. Now make babies. How hard is that? Gosh. Stinking fish don't listen. The kid don't listen. Dan Slee says his cage is ridiculous level over 30. Yeah, see? I don't think it matters. I think it matters if you're keeping, like, Corydoras shrimp. Or, like, some super soft water something. Other than that, I think most things that live in hard water just kind of adapt. Now, if you're trying to breed, that gets a little different, but I don't pay attention to it that much. KH is overrated. Jeremy H says KH is overrated. Yeah, I need water. Water has life in it. As long as you don't put anything weird in my water, I'm down. So that's why I have a well. I have a well. It gives me water. I put it in the fish tank. The fish make babies. That's what I do. I try not to get fish that wouldn't live in my water. Stick to your water, folks. Oddball Aquatics. Also, the reason for me being okay with the brackish is because our water to my new house is 8.0 pH out the tap. I don't think pH matters that much. Yeah, I don't think pH matters that much. Don't fight your water. Totally agree, Mr. B. Don't fight your water. Just go with what you got. Because fighting your water is a real pain in the neck. Look at this cat. Don't fight this cat. This is a very old cat. Thing that's super important about KH is in regards to the incredible buffering it imparts to the water. Yeah, I don't even pay attention to that. I know that if you use certain substrates, it can mess with your water hardness. I know that. I know that my water's super hard, and if I have wood in my tanks, I get like 250 TDS. And if I don't have wood in my tanks, then I get like 300 TDS. And that's enough for me to know what kind of fish I can keep and which kind of fish I can get to breed. So, Dan Slee, so high KH means your pH is not going to swing much, if at all. But why would you worry about your pH swinging? That's my thing. Like, I don't know. I think if it's going to affect your TDS or your GH, maybe it's going to be a big deal, but I don't know. Oh man, what's going on with Bob Kaler? Jeremy H, I've been using RO with Nilo GH for years, no KH, never had any problems. Yeah, that's what Lucas does, and he breeds fish like crazy. It's just GH booster and RO water. What? I petted you, you jumped down. What do you want now? Stop meowing at me. Kitty, my cats love fish tank. It's like live theater for them. Yeah. This cat, not so much on the fish tanks. My other cat likes to sit in front of the 10-gallon tanks and, like, try to kill him. Bob with an outburst, yeah. Yeah. Don, I worry about my pH swinging. My water starts with a super low KH, which can cause my water to drop below 6 pH. That would be a problem. That's crazy. What else is going on? Jimmy, I want animals to pet me back. A two-way petting zoo. Good luck with that. I would like to see you get pet by a monkey or a panther. They'd eat you like a little snack. Plus, cats are just making us their servants. Like, Egypt didn't worship cats. Like, that wasn't, like, a thing. The cats made them their slaves. Like, you should see Lucas run around his house trying to cater to Sparky. Oh, Sparky needs treats. Oh, my goodness. Sparky's gonna kill us all. It's crazy. I can only dream, says Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. How's it going? How's it going? You ready to film that Mr. Pleco video? That's going to be epic. I have more songs I've written, by the way, that you're going to have to make music videos for. Last night, I wrote a parody to Spice Girls Wannabe about quarantine. If you want to get in my fish room, you're going through quarantine. It's amazing. But I need a woo girl. I need like a woo girl to sing that one and then Jimmy to film it like a big hype video. That would be amazing. Mr. Pleco, where the funk you at? That's right. Jimmy says he can be posh. Posh Spice? I don't think so. It'd be like Scary Spice. We're gonna put you in a wig. You can't pull off a little black dress, Jimmy. Come on now. You have to wear them high heels. Although, Jimmy in high heels and a little black dress, you guys. Kind of amazing. I'm gonna be Sporty Spice so that I can just wear a tank top and rock out. Jimmy has makeup skills. I hear Jimmy has nail painting skills. I have heard he has the nail art skills. Okay, fine. We'll put Jimmy in the black dress. Ginger Graves. I'm Ginger Spice. Ha ha. See you later, Tech Turtle. Okay, so Jimmy's Posh Spice. Who's Scary Spice? Ooh, Tazawa Tanks is Scary Spice. Amazing. Amazing. Jimmy's gonna pay to see that, yeah. You won't have to pay for it, buddy. You'll just have to film it. And also wear a black dress and high heels. Hey, Mob Guppy, how's it going? Jimmy has the calves for heels, too, says Candy. More so than me. Oh, man. So we got Tazawa Tanks as Scary Spice. We need to get Flynn in as Ginger Spice. That would be funny. Poor Zinzo, he'll never slay in a dress, not with those arms. He will slay. We'll bring in some drag queens, get him all tarted up. It'll be amazing. And then he can do a zig-a-zig. Jaden, the yelling.
She has a headset on.
Ginger Graves can't walk in high heels. It's hard. It's hard to walk in high heels. Jaden Renee. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so Spice Girls song parody about quarantine is a go. We also have Chasing Dwarf Neon Rainbows, which is going to be Lucas's song. It's Alan Jackson parody, or it's parody to Alan Jackson's Chasing That Neon Rainbow. That one's pretty epic, but I'm going to have to convince Lucas to get the twang going. It needs some twang. Yeah, my moderators are fantastic. Good job, Dansley. Jimmy's, oh, I thought it was going to be a parody of TLC's Waterfalls. No. Spice Girls. If you want to be my love. That one? Except it's about quarantine. It's going to be hilarious. And you're going to be Posh Spice. And also TLC Waterfalls, then why'd you say Posh Spice? Come on now. Don't go chasing rainbow fish. That's chasing dwarf neon rainbows. I'm living that Aquarius dream. Yeah, it's good. I even worked Tetracolor Tropical Granules into the lyrics of one of the verses. Because I'm that good. Songs about quarantine are my jam, right? I wrote that one last night while I was filling up tanks at Lucas's and listening to ridiculous 90s compilations on YouTube. Listening to the YouTube compilations, singing random songs, writing random parodies. What to do. Dansley, you need to incorporate Dragon Ninja into your Patreon ranks. That's gonna be a hefty fine. And get the Dragon Ninja status. We shall see. Dan, you can call me Nighthawk. What does that even mean, Jimmy? Nighthawk. Oh my goodness. What are you guys playing over there?
We're playing Just Cause 4.
Well, the child has headphones on and she's playing the Xbox. And apparently she hasn't figured out that playing the Xbox with headphones on, you don't have to yell for other people to hear you.
Well, she's 3.5.
I don't know what it means, but it's provocative. That's so funny. Meow, meow. Meow. This is Marley. This is my other cat. Come here, Marley. Come here. Come here. I don't want you to scratch me. Coming down here? Are you just gonna meow at me? Here. See this? This is Marley.
She wants you to pick her up and do it.
Wait a minute. Not hawking a short black dress, right? You're gonna need those fingernail skills. Those fingernail polish skills, Jimmy. We're gonna turn you into a fly-looking chick. And make you sing a Spice Girls song. Won't that be fun? Do 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 do. Now it's real provocative. She can't hear us. I know that. Just take the headphones off the child while I'm trying not to have her yelling. You'll get. Yes. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
She's having fun, Mama.
How about a song about Cory and his tacos? I already did that, Mob Guppy. If you, Jaden, stop yelling. Jaden, seriously, headphones off. Thank you. Song about Cory and his tacos. I already wrote a whole rap for Cory and the fish fam. It's on my thing. Gotta tell you all about a man, had a plan, took a stand, he flipped it into something grand. That's Cory's rap. It's the first one I ever did. Check it out in the videos. And I've got 3 verses to that rap, so if I put them all together, I got a full rap song. I just need a chorus. And it gets everybody in there. All the way down to Secret History Living in Your Aquarium, and Caleb Overhauls is in there too. He's in the 3rd one, or the 2nd one. I don't remember. Oh, are we talking about Will Ferrell right after Land of the Lost? Will Ferrell is hilarious. Find him hilarious. Anywho, I gotta feed these fish, and that means I have to go to the pet store and get more fish food. And also, I have to go pick up this stand for these 10 gallons so that I can get them off this wooden coffee table that they're destroying. You guys want to hang out some more, or I'm gonna need more coffee. You guys want to talk amongst yourselves while I fill this up? How about that? Making a stand or buying one? I'm buying one. I'm lazy. I gotta get more coffee. Hang on, Dan. Coffee, 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 coffee. Okay. Got more coffee. We can go a little bit longer. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm still in my pajamas. Yeah, Jimmy's in the building, Cichlid 23. How's it going? How's it going? I bred longfin Corys, Jimmy. I got eggs this morning. They're right here underneath my aquarium co-op towel. Hashtag free plug, aquarium co-op towel. It's the best towel ever. I love my co-op towel. You can breed guppies, Jimmy. Everyone can breed guppies. You don't have to breed guppies. They just breed. Come on, man. Probably because of your water. That Washington soft water. That's why you can't breed guppies. How big does that rope fish get? Says Cichlids 23. Supposedly only to about 12 inches. My guess is about 18 or more because I've already got some in here that are over 12 inches. So, stay tuned. They're still growing. Guppies aren't the same fish we had years ago, says Bob. That's true. They're hella bred out, and people keep breeding for that super long tail that can almost never breed out ever again once it gets that long tail. Jimmy can breed guppies, though. He's lying. Aw, Ginger Graves didn't realize I was on Patreon and just added me to the list. Thank you, Ginger. That's so awesome. That's going to help me get the ropefish pond up going faster. You guys are amazing. This is why I love this community. Like, amazing. I have many bandanas. And stop texting me from the other room on my chat. Who plays games? That's my husband. Just so y'all know. That would be the bear. And he knows I have other colors of bandanas, and I don't wear them. I wear the black one. That's why I have 20 of these, and only one pink one, one red one, and one tie-dyed one. Guppies are the only thing I can breed, apparently, says Cichlid23. Guppies breed by themselves. Dragon Ninja Bear. There you go, Jesse. Dansley sub to you. Dragon Ninja Bear. That's your title.
Why am I a bear?
Because you're a bear. They can see you walking around and they don't even have to see you. The camera just shakes.
Jesus.
Like Bigfoot walking around the house. Valley Fish just got back from the LFS with a Panda Cory school. Yay, Panda Corys. You're totally a bear. Stop talking to my people. Oh, the husband's having way too much fun with us. He's over there just cracking himself up. She took over the game because you gave it to her. Y'all want to see me murder my husband? Dansley says it's okay. His house shakes too when he walks. Nothing shakes when I walk. Nothing even makes noise. Like a stealthy dragon ninja. And my husband's like, bum, 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 bum. Walking around the house. Family fun time. These are the memories, you know.
You're lucky I'm not over there with you.
Oh Lord. Jockstrapper, does that eel bite? That's not an eel. That is a rope fish. That is a fully or semi-aquatic freshwater fish, and it does not bite. None of them bite. There's 4 in there. You know what bites? Rainbow fish when they haven't been fed, and I have to do a water change in their tank at Lucas's house. I'm going to start requesting hazard pay on that, because every time I get my hands in that tank, they've bit me like twice this week. And they're jerks. They just go at you like you're a piece of food. Bitey, bitey rainbow fish. It's time for a raise. Yeah, right. I just racked up a $1,000 water bill. I'm not getting a raise. Not a chance. I just drained the rays into the fish tanks. Dansley, what's more bitey, the rainbow fish or the barb tank rainbow fish? 100%. Those barbs, they leave me alone. They do their thing. They don't even care. Now, when he feeds that barb tank, they're pretty splashy, but they ain't got nothing on those rainbows. Those things are crazy. They're psychos. They just hit the water. They splash everywhere. Yeah, for sure. The barbs don't bite. They don't care. There's 2 dwarf neon rainbow fish in that barb tank, or probably more than that, but there's 2 that literally come up to the hose every time I'm changing the water in that tank and try to bite the hose and bite me. Rainbows are crazy. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Lewis Two Shoes. Wow, that eel is loving life. That is a rope fish, not an eel. Totally different family. Rope fish or reed fish, not reef fish, doofy husband. Learn how to type. Kaylor, what does that eel eat? Bob, I'm not even answering that until you use the correct terminology. This rope fish eats bloodworms and beef heart. And this toddler eats chocolate reindeers. Don't you? Show me your chocolate reindeer. See the chocolate reindeer? Amazing. Isn't it cute?
Come on, baby.
Alright, now, go eat your chocolate reindeer. Mommy's about done here.
Come on.
Yeah. Rope fish. dismiss that, thank you. Okay. G-Bear, grand water bill. I see 5% water change back in effect. Yeah, I don't know about all that. He's really digging the 25% water change. Everything's kind of loving life. Kaylor got nipped by his Fahaka puffer. While vacuuming the substrate. That's a fish that could actually do some damage. Mob's heading out. See you later, Mob Guppy. It's time for work. Go get to work there, Peter. Get to work. Dansley, yeah, now that the 240 isn't green infested and you guys are doing 25 instead of 50, should be more reasonable, but still gonna be steep, yeah. I don't think he's, it's a lot of water. I'm running that, like, I plan my day at work so that I can never turn off the RO system. Like, as soon as I get one tank drained, my goal is to be able to constantly have other tanks to fill so that I don't ever have to turn the RO off, so that I'm utilizing all the available time, because I always end up at the end of the day waiting on the RO system. Like, I got the whole garage drained and cleaned and everything ready to be filled up, and literally was there until 4 in the morning, and from about 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock was literally just switching valves on 20-gallon tanks, waiting for them to fill up. So I try to plan around not shutting down the RO system, because for every minute that it's off, that's another minute of water I'm going to have to run. So, it gets a little deep. Bob, I'm going to ban the word eel in my chat. I'm going to ban it. Just like Cory bans the words like you should or something like that, or he should or whatever. I'm going to ban the word eel. This is a rope fish, not an eel. And it eats bloodworms and beef hearts, and they get to over 12 inches in length. What accent? Lewis Two Shoes, I just want to know what accent you have. I don't have an accent. I sound like, what is it I came up with yesterday? Daisy Duke and Ozzy Osbourne had a baby in a trailer park. That's my accent. Bob caught an eel once at St. John's River. Okay, fine, you can keep the word eel. Good lord. The Lewis Two Shows. I'm from the UK, you definitely have an accent to me. That's just America. It's like bred into right here, and it like makes you sound kind of dumb. Love me some Dukes of Hazzard, yeah. America. That's my American in me. Sound like Dolly Parton's had too many drinks and cigarettes. That's what I sound like. Yeah, these are rope fish. They're not electric. You're real funny, G-Bear. Now I'm going to get trolled about my rope fish. Everyone loves Dukes of Hazzard, man. How can you not love Dukes of Hazzard? Moonshine runners in a sweet car that like to cause havoc and save their small town. That's my life. The only problem I got with that is I can't wear the shorty shorts. Ginger Grave says, compared to me, you don't have an accent. I'm from Lower Alabama originally. I have a southern accent. Yeah, when I start drinking, it comes out a little bit more. It gets a little more twang, a little more, like, you wouldn't want me to be your surgeon. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't want me showing up like, alright, what we're going to do here is, we're going to cut your leg off and fix all that stuff in there, and then we're going to put it back on. Nobody wants to hear that when they're about to have surgery. So, like, you know, probably shouldn't be a surgeon with this accent.
Hillbilly accent.
What does your hubby drive? Nothing. His truck broke down.
Oh,
Oh, now he's sad.
I did have a sweet-ass Camaro.
He used to have a Camaro, but I sold it when we had the kid. Because it was a two-seater. Actually, it had the back seat because I put the bench seats back in it, didn't it? He had a 95 Camaro.
It was low rider, had
Strange
airbags.
questions, right?
It had Lambo doors on it.
It did have Lambo doors, and it was all jacked up and whatever, and I sold it because forget it.
It had a pearlescent paint job.
You're alright, Lewis Two Shoes. Keep asking me weird questions. I'll answer them. I got nothing to hide. My husband's all mad about his Camaro now.
Hold on.
The thing was a piece of junk. It had hydraulic. You just shush. This is my show. It had hydraulics on it, so it did the like jumping up and down thing. I'd take all that off and put it all on stock shocks. It was a piece of junk. Airbags blew. The people that wired it up, it had like a big stereo system in the back, but they wired the air compressor for the airbags with stereo wires, and it ended up melting it and fusing it together, so the air pump was just constantly on. The whole thing caught on fire. It was a nightmare. I sold it. Anywho. Yeah.
Jaden, I swear to God.
Uh-oh. How long have I been going here? 85 minutes? Dang, guys.
It's fixed.
I gotta go to the store. They're so hungry. Look at them. They never showed Daisy enough. Yeah, I just can't do the shorty shorts. That's why, like, Daisy Duke pulls them off. I don't have the legs for that. I've had knee surgeries. I got, like, bird legs. No, thank you. You can't own a truck in the UK? Why not? This is a love all American. Sounds amazing. I'm a truck fan, yeah. If I had my, like, all the money in the world, I would have a big lifted truck. Like, I'm that American. But I don't have that kind of money. They do not eat. There's not one tetracolor tropical granule in this house. I don't feed them. My fish don't eat them. I constantly want to sneak fresh frozen bloodworms up to Lucas's fish. But I don't, because he's doing a good job, and those fish are breeding, and they eat that stuff, and it works well for him, and fine. But I will blaspheme against the tetracolor tropical granules. They will not enter this house. I can't do it. Now, if they would like to sponsor me or Lucas, I would be open to possibly feeding their foods, but yeah, probably not. Oh, it's $1.50 a liter, an annual tax of about $1,000. I have a truck, dang. Yeah, we just use up the gasoline here in America. We're not real concerned about it. We're just like, pump it in. Pump more of it into the ozone layer. Forget it. I don't care. Some of us care, but whatever. Bob. Yeah, there's eco-freaks everywhere. It's all about maintaining a level of trying your hardest not to ruin the planet, while also understanding that there's not much you can do because you're not the one that's really ruining the planet. Jockstrapper drives an electric Jeep. That's awesome. Nobody cares about your Camaro. I sold it. It's over. It's gone. You had a Ford Explorer out there. Drove that into the ground. He blew the engine out of it. I gotta buy him a new vehicle now.
I didn't drive it. It just died.
Yeah, it just died.
Jesus.
Things just die.
Old crapper.
Ugh. Whatever.
What does your car look like?
My car's fine.
Your car has no sides.
I drive a Ford Focus. Dansley says, isn't it bizarre how aquarium and accessories companies don't sponsor / advertise much, if at all? It's so weird. Yeah, I think part of that has to do with the fact that we're just getting into that switch. Yeah, Denny Close Exploder, for sure. We're just getting into, like, the switch between, like, where the aquarium hobby was just, like, anybody that sold stuff was just in it for the money. That's why the, like, the reusable filter cartridge, or not reusable filter cartridges, you just have to keep buying them, and it's all about turning over more and more stuff. Like, they weren't in it to make you a good fish keeper. They were in it to keep you buying fish. So it wasn't beneficial for them to help you keep your fish alive. It was beneficial for them to sell you more crap. But I think now it's kind of flipping around. I think Fluval's doing a lot with that, and I think the YouTube fish community, FishTube, is doing a lot for that because they know that we're reviewing their products now, like in a public forum. And I really think people are trying a lot harder to be much more fish plant health conscientious, like actually perpetuating good practices in the hobby versus like how do we sell more filters. That's my 2 cents on it. I don't know what I'm talking about though. Bob's first car was a Camaro. It was an electrical horror and he traded it for a Gran Torino. Good job, Bob. Ginger Graves, I like my old truck. See, that's me. I like an old truck. Give me an old truck that's going to run all day long. Give me that American-built engine. I love it. Dansley, agreed. They are just super behind in terms of modern interaction, although at least now they are starting to send out freebies, but that only goes so far. I think you're going to see a big turnaround in that, especially with how big FishTube is getting. I think you're going to see a big turnaround, especially with, like, all the fish tubers going to all these trade shows and actually talking to the people from like Fluval and Tetra and all these different companies. Like, they're getting it. I think the whole world is actually getting it, how big social media is. Like, the reason products go crazy, like the reason the Zest filter's doing great is because Cory is actually looking into it and sending it and doing it, and like sales reps are, I think, is kind of becoming like a freelance independent contractor type thing based on the quality of your product. And I think they understand that, and I think they're going to have to move towards it. Then again, what do I know? Nobody's sending me any freebies. Yeah, with Cory and company and the co-op and Chris and Dennerly, hopefully people see the advantage. Yeah, I think these companies that are into like the good portion of it and like actually doing things not for money but for the hobby as a whole are really going to do some good things for the hobby. I need more coffee. Got a members-only email from Cory today, says Bob. 5% off King Lee Guppies with a code. There you go. Better be headed to the coop. Cichlid 23. I love how Cory put a few companies on blast and said they were in it for the money and not to make products better and more efficient. Yeah, I don't know about putting anybody on blast, but I think that holding companies accountable for what they're doing in the hobby is going to make a real difference on the quality of the products that come out of it. Because instead of just constantly turning over those throwaway filters, they know we're not throwing away our bacteria colony. Nobody's doing that anymore. You're going to get the beginner that does that for 5 seconds, and then they're going to figure it out, and they're never going to do that again. They're not going to buy those things. So they're figuring out that they're going to make more money actually working with us instead of trying to get our money out of our pockets. Plus, if my boss has his way, then they're going to lose a whole lot of money because nobody's ever going to buy a filter ever again. Because that man's running 240 gallons with nothing on it but a heater. Insanity. Literally just costs him water. Which is amazing. Yes, I enjoy Cory's ranting as well. I wish he would rant more because I feel like there's a lot more he has to say about things that he feels like he can't say. Which is probably true, and he probably shouldn't say them, but,
Yeah.
I want to hear it. Ginger Graves, LRB has some kind of magic. Yeah, his magic is he trusts nature 100%. Like, most of us trust nature about 80%. That's why we gravel vac. That's why we clean our sponge filters. That's why we run a hang on the back. That's why we run a power head for water flow. Like, we're trying to be nature. LRB has full trust in nature and just lets her do her thing. And it works. And if some of us would let go a little bit more, we'd totally be there. Like the 20-gallon long, which was completely overstocked with snails and Cory's, y'all know, it was full of crap. The hang on the back filter, at some point, shut off. I don't know when I discovered it, I turned it right back on and I freaked out like everything was going to die. Nothing happened in that tank. Literally nothing changed. Because nature just takes care of it. Now, there's something to be said for the first starting of an aquarium, and you have to kind of, but even then, if you literally put a tank of water and leave it alone, eventually it will develop the bacteria to become its own self-sustaining thing. So it's like, yeah. Filters are overrated. LRB is magic because he has full trust in Mother Nature and just goes with it instead of trying to play God a little bit harder like the rest of us do. We'll get there one day. Dansley, it's amazing what you can get away with not having, without large cichlids and lots of plecos and plenty of plants and substrate. That's the key. The plants are literally his magic. Like, Diana Wallstead wrote a book about it. LRB's running a whole fish room with it. You've seen it in Rachel O'Leary's fish room. You've seen it all over the place. If you put plants in a fish tank, they are your filter. Now, you have to get them growing. You have to have enough of them to support whatever fish you put in there. But I guarantee you, you could put one plant in a tank with one guppy, and it would turn itself into an ecosystem and run perfectly fine without anything else. Not even a bubbler. Lewis Two Shoes, what do the rope dudes eat? They eat frozen bloodworms and beef heart. And sometimes brine shrimp. Cichlids 23. My dragon cichlid. Dadgum cichlids don't take kindly to my plants I buy for them. Yeah. See, I think that's probably where a lot of the confusion came from, because everybody always kept cichlids. Like, when you think of that first aquarium you saw as a kid, I guarantee you it's probably a 55, it probably has a common pleco in it, and it probably has a giant Oscar in it, or something. Something of that effect. And people back then didn't think you could keep plants in there. They didn't think because their cichlids ate them, or because they thought you had to have CO2 and these crazy lights and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, the people that actually know what they're doing, that aren't talking, and, you know, they're hidden on these forums, these planted tank forums, are literally not even running filters. And those people aren't talking to the cichlid people. Well, now everybody's talking, and now we all know all the secrets, and we're like, you know what? We don't need these filters. Big City Bettas, you need to create an ecosystem in any aquarium. It's about balance and cycle. So many people forget this. Plants, snails, and substrate are important components, in my opinion. Yep. Plants, snails, deeper substrate than I'm running. I need deeper substrate. That's my goal. Deeper substrate. Oscars are pretty gentle, says Dansley, for being NW cichlids. Yeah, Oscars, everyone, that's like, anytime I think of like the beginner tank or the first aquarium, like back in the 90s, like when your mom and dad had that aquarium they got for you because it was going to be good for the kids, it always has a common pleco in it. It always has an Oscar in it. It, like, every time. New World. Okay, thank you, Dan, because I'm a doofer. I don't do cichlids. Anyways, Candy's got to go feed Caleb. See you later. Tell Caleb, tell Caleb we love him, and give him a big hug. Learning to fish keep. Dang, I'm not blowing up. I'm just giving people the behind-the-scenes footage they want from Lucas Bretts. And also, I'm weird, so tune in for my weirdness. Anyways. Cichlids 23, my mom made me get a pearl gourami. Yeah, back then it was like you went to the pet store and you picked out like 6 things you thought looked cool. You didn't research them, you didn't like, it was totally different back then. Yeah, we shouldn't try, Big City Bettas, we shouldn't try so hard to control nature and try more to recreate it when doing an aquarium, right? That's what I'm doing with these rope fish that I've been doing all this research on, is to try and create a system that is as much like their habitat as possible. Ginger Graves, oh my god, I did a common pleco, or I bought a common pleco before I did research. Stupid, my pleco's huge, he's getting a 120, I have the tank, it's not set up yet. Yeah, good luck, he's gonna outgrow it. Common pleco, man. Dansley, how's the watch time? Hopefully you're already there, almost. I was halfway there a couple days ago when I looked at it. It's getting there. It's getting there. Hanging out with you guys helps, so, and that's cool with me, because I'd rather hang out with you guys than do edited videos anyway, but I gotta still do some edited videos. Bob! Oh Lord, Bob. I can't with Bob today. Bob's out of control. Where's Pam? Somebody put Bob in check. Alright. I've been going for like an hour and a half here now, guys. And I've had 2 cups of coffee and I have to go get more bloodworms because look at these guys. They're just begging. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it, Bob. I took in a common pleco from a friend, says Anthony's Fishy Friends. I'm pretty sure its growth was stunted. Yeah, give it some space. It'll grow. Wait a minute. Sorry, no can do, Haley. I've only got 1 X chromosome. I missed a joke. I missed a joke. Whatever. Whatever, Dan. I can't keep up with jokes right now. I'm too tired. Anyway. Alright. Y'all peace out. Go do something fun. Anthony, get your pleco a bigger tank because it's going to outgrow that 125. You asked for someone to put Bob in check. Yeah, you can still do it. No, it's going to take Pam. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I even asked. Okay. Gotta go. Gotta go do some stuff. Yeah, you missed it, Claire Hogan, but catch the replay because I was amazingly awkward. Feed the ropefish. I gotta go get food. I'm out of bloodworms. That's where I'm on my way to. Gotta go to the pet store. I'm all out of bloodworms. There's no food for them. They're just begging. Alright, Dan, see you later. Candy already left. Everybody, peace out. Sandy, Lewis 2 shows. Thanks for participating. Anthony, see you later. Cichlids 23. All you guys, I'm gonna forget people because I'm super, super tired, but I gotta go. Anyways, you guys stay awesome. Stay classy, San Diego.